Hey traders, the Chart Guys Swing Report newsletter is currently live. In the description of this video, there are two links. The first is to the sign up page where you can also get emailed an example of a previous copy. And the second is to an in-depth video to let you know exactly what the Swing Report entails. Appreciate your attention. Let's get on to the charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the MJ sector. It's been a while, but we're seeing some action, and check out my broader market video that I did today because what is happening is directly related to two things. We are bullish in the MJ sector over the last 4 trading days. Number one, because Biden released his plan talking about potential federal legalization of medical marijuana, which would have some significant impacts on the access to banking and the ability to uplist and removing from Schedule 1. It's not ideal. I would hope for something better out of the Democratic Party on the subject of marijuana, but it would be bullish the sector if he were elected, so we have to be watching polls. Number two, today, the Laggard Sectors, which the marijuana sector has been lumped into, financial sector, airliners, cruises, gambling, hotels, and marijuana sector, all exploded again. And the last time they exploded was to start June. And it wasn't really an explosion for the MJ sector, but there was nice profit to be had. We did go up, 15% plus. It was more of an explosion on the airliners and cruise liners, but again, all tied together. Why is MJ correlated to those names? I don't know. It makes sense for those other names to all be correlated together. COVID hurts them more than the tech sector. Tech sector's fine. Tech sector, Netflix, it's not being hurt. Amazon, not being hurt by COVID. Cruises, airliners, hotels, casinos getting hurt. So the MJ sector is not getting hurt. Their sales are fine. They're selling marijuana. They were labeled essential businesses. So fundamentally speaking, I don't know why that correlation is there. And the other aspect is, a lot of those sectors have ties to the financial sector because of loans and business dealings with the banks. But we know we don't have that with MJ, with it being federally illegal. So I don't know why we are correlated to these names, but I do know it is very significant, and I run through all the charts and I show you how similar they are in that broader market video that I just uploaded. So moving on from there, we have short-term bullish action. I'm also going to do a bigger picture video sometime between Thursday and Saturday of this week. I wanted to already do it by now, but things got busy. So doing it for looking towards the fall, looking towards the election season, looking towards the seasonality and the hype that we have been watching for a decade. Ever since I started trading, I have been trading the MJ sector in the fall and into the new year based on seasonality. And I'm going to talk about that and bigger picture and how we can potentially look towards that season and towards the voting cycle to potentially lead to some profit. So for now, we're just going to focus on the short-term technicals, and we'll look bigger picture in that next video that I'm going to do in just a couple days. So CGC, we had a big bull trend change here. And the day that I was in CGC, I guess I was in it Friday, maybe not Monday. Friday is when I was trading it. So we had the higher low form. I entered CGC in large part because of what XLF, the financial sector, was doing. I know they're correlated. I've been watching that correlation for about 6 to 8 weeks at this point, and I saw the financial sector give me some signs that told me, okay, well, if CGC can form a higher low here, and if the financial sector is going to start seeing some bullish action, I want a position in the MJ sector. So I did enter bullish. It was a bit late. It was after the bull move started, but still plenty of profit to the upside. I did swing half a position and exited that the following day. Nothing huge, no home runs, but a nice solid trade. So we changed the daily trend last Friday. A little bit of follow through on Monday, pulled back for another daily higher low. So we got a higher low now at 1557, another one at 1692, and the bulls need to break 1842 and 1865 to continue this daily uptrend and head back to the gap fill of 1985. There is no resistance between 1865 and 1984. Weekly higher low has been set. And now the question is, as I talked about in the broader market video, are we going to set weekly lower highs compared to 2219 and see tightening weekly ranges, keeping in mind that the monthly time frame is in a downtrend and anything under $26 is a monthly lower high. So two ways that this could play out. Weekly higher low and higher high. We would need increasing bull volume. We would need a bullish reaction to earnings, and that's possible. Still looking at 26 as the most important monthly level. Another scenario is a weekly lower high unable to break 22.19 and then a loss of the weekly uptrend. If we lose the weekly uptrend, it means zoom out. Our new monthly lower high is set at 22.19 and it is then up to the bulls to form a monthly higher low compared to $9 and then change the monthly trend. It's going to require monthly, weekly, and daily uptrends for me to be all aboard the bull train in the MJ sector again. And right now, we are in clear monthly downtrends on a lot of our bigger names. So what I would love to see, which I'll talk about in the next video, but I'm bleeding into it already, is I want to see a monthly higher low into the end of the summer for bullish entries to be looking for fall bullish momentum and ideally a monthly trend change for the bulls. Talk about that later. Cron, big bull move today. I entered Cron today. I'll point out where in the short term, but we had a higher low on the daily at 585 and we had a bull break of 659. Not much follow through, but just like CGC, a quick little higher low at 616. Volume is half the reason I entered today. I saw bull volume that told me we are definitely going to see more volume than yesterday, and we had already broken 670 resistance at that point. So again, I'm not getting this whole move, but I'm getting my base hits, which is all I'm looking for. So I saw the big bull move and the bull volume to start the day. I entered on this 15-minute consolidation with one entry at 673. I would have entered again, another entry at 660 had we kept consolidating. We didn't, so I got my order, went up, sold half at about 690, and then sold half at the end of the day because, again, not looking to swing. It's been a good week. I like starting the day with a fresh, clean slate. Base hits, lock it in, see you tomorrow. That's the way I'm trading. It's been going well. So Cron, bull break on the daily. Weekly time frame now. Can we break 813 to keep this weekly uptrend going, or are we going to look for a weekly lower high compared to that level? And again, monthly time frame is in a downtrend. Anything under $9 is a monthly lower high, and that's currently about 24% away. APHA, big bull move, daily inside bar bull break, and we have the daily trend change here as well. We had an upgrade. I believe it was an upgrade that helped APHA a lot on Monday. And here we are right back to 525. So APHA is standing out in that regard in the sense that it is very close to continuing its weekly uptrend. Closer to breaking weekly resistance than any name we just looked at and any name we're going to look at. And if we get a bull break of 525, the monthly lower high resistance here is $6. So we could break the monthly lower high on APHA. And the daily uptrend is going to be our guide now that we're in a daily uptrend. Hourly uptrend will be our short-term guide. Daily uptrend will be our mid-term guide. ACB, bull move, changed its, actually let's see here. We did change its daily trend, held support by 2 pennies, broke resistance. It was a laggard today. It was disappointing right here, all from 11 a.m. onward, disappointing. And then the bull said, all right, we'll catch up. And they did. They caught up to other names in terms of percentage gain on the day. And we're now looking at 1287, which we need a more convincing break of, and then 1524. But again, to continue weekly continuation, we haven't even changed the weekly trend at this point. So we have to hold the now low that has formed at 1141, and we have to break 1968 to confirm the weekly trend change. We're not even thinking about a monthly trend change on ACB, as it has been so bearish. Definitely one of the weaker names in the sector. Still profit to be had, but I personally am focused on the stronger names personally. TLRY. So we got TLRY, a bit choppy. One thing is very clear, the double top, 840 and 841. If those levels do not break, bulls prove absolutely nothing to us. Weekly higher low is trying to form here as well at 689. And we would have to break 1160, which is a long ways away, to see weekly continuation. We need a 50% move to see weekly continuation from here. And again, just like ACB, a monthly trend change is not even in the conversation because anything is going to be a monthly lower high on this bounce. And technically, you could say that we're already seeing a bit of monthly consolidation. You could say we topped out for a monthly lower high at 1160 and now we're working on a monthly higher low. So we'll keep an eye on that. TCNNF, we're now going to look at our lead US MSOs. And there are 3 names that are standing out technically so much stronger than anybody else in the USMJ space. So that's who we're going to focus on. And my list right now, if you remember the MJ videos I used to put out daily, we would have 25 tickers up here, and we're narrowing it down. Let's focus on the stronger names. We're going to focus on the major Canadian MJ names. We're going to focus on the stronger US MJ names. A lot of names have fallen off. C-Web, IAN, I have no interest in these names. Even Harv, no interest. We have 3 very clear lead bulls. I'm going to focus on them. So TRUL, huge recovery from the COVID dump lows. Look at this weekly time frame. We went from 574, a 200% bounce. And what is most notable, look at the monthly. We have broken monthly lower highs. Have we changed the monthly trend? No. We will need a higher low and a higher high to confirm a monthly trend change, but we are looking at all-time highs. All-time highs are in the picture, and the high of this past week, 1675, look how close we got to all-time highs. We needed 25% for an all-time high. Look at any Canadian MJ name and what they need to see an all-time high. And remember that any name that is in all-time high scenario is likely going to see significantly bigger gains than any name that is not, due to the lack of resistance and the attention that attracts. So TRUL is currently this week hitting the highest price that we have seen on this name in over a year and a half, almost 2 years. That's notable. So daily time frame, healthy consolidation. We're going to look for a daily high or low, anything above 1238. We had a very healthy weekly period of consolidation. If you look at the S&P 500, it was doing the same thing at the same time, but the MJ sector broke bullish here. The US MSOs responded a lot more significantly to Biden's proposal, which makes sense, and it broke out significantly first. And you look at the S&P 500, it's just trying to break out right now. So the US MSOs have a bullish correlation to the S&P 500, at least our 3 lead bulls do. So TRUL, closest to all-time highs. GTBIF, there's our weekly consolidation. There's our continuation. It's a bit different. The monthly time frame has more work to do. We did break the last lower high, which none of our major Canadian MJ names have done. We do still need a monthly trend change, but the all-time high is over 100% away. So when you compare that to TRUL, that's a very big difference in terms of proximity to the all-time highs. We have a short-term little support here at 1107 that the bulls are hoping is a daily bull flag. And CURLF is a bit different as well. So nice follow through. We're going to look for a daily higher low once we top out. Big bull volume in response to Biden. Little bear volume on any consolidation. It seems like the last 2 days, attention has shifted from Biden and US MSOs to Laggard Sectors, Canadian MJ. Because US MSOs haven't really done anything the last 2 days, and the Canadian MJ names are stepping up. CURLF has a lot more work to do. Monthly resistance of 761 is a double top at the moment. If we break it, we'll break the monthly lower highs, which is a good start. Again, we need the monthly trend change, but all-time high is still a long ways away. It's 50% away. Over that, more than that. So proximity to all-time highs, TRUL, then Curaleaf, then GBTIF. I'm using the US tickers because the dollar volume on the US side of things is more significant than the Canadian side of things. I don't like that these names are traded on the OTC. I don't like the bid and ask spread. I don't like the inability to use market orders without significant slippage. I don't like the amount of capital that I can put into play comfortably with the illiquidity and lack of market makers. But when we reach a scenario in both directions where the dollar volume is directionally significant in one direction or the other, we certainly saw it to the downside. If it happens to the upside in a hype run into the fall, that's when big gains happen. We saw it to the bulls after the end of 2018 market dump. V-shaped recovery, huge moves in USMJ. We saw it to the downside after those huge moves. And now the bulls are hoping for, again, ideal scenario, give me a 2-month period of consolidation in the S&P 500 and USMJ. Give me a monthly higher low into September, and then give me a bull break into November. Again, that's just ideal condition for someone who's cash and looking for the best, most comfortable setup. IIPR still interested here. Weekly consolidation, very similar to SPY. We have not gotten the leg up yet. We need to see a bull break of 101.48 and 108.23. As far as the short term is concerned, we have a really nice tightening daily range. High, low, lower high, higher low. Anything under 97.38 is a lower high. I would like to see this range continue to tighten into next week. I would play a bull break if we set a lower high compared to 97.38, form one more higher low compared to 89.22. Maybe I would play a bottom fishing entry using 89 as my stop. Or maybe I just wait for the bull break, haven't determined. We'll see how it plays out. But I am interested in this tightening range, knowing that its weekly chart is very similar to SPY, and knowing that SPY is on the verge of a bull break. That's where we stand overall. Keep an eye out for that bigger picture video that I'm going to do within the next few days. Congrats to the bulls. Nice to see gains. Question is, how long will it last? Have a good rest of your day, and we'll check in soon. Just had a baby turkey get stuck in the greenhouse. And it's important to get to understand the animals' calls around you, because I could walk out on my porch and hear the turkeys were in distress. Something was going on. So mom was huddled over here with 3 other babies, and I couldn't really figure out what was wrong. So she started to walk away, and then I could keep hearing a baby crying out in distress. So made my way in there and just got on the other side of it, so it flew out the door, flew into the trees, and then they called to each other for a while and finally reunited. Speaking of the greenhouse, I'm thinking that we're gonna put some cardboard down on either side to stamp out all this grass, and then cover it with some soil and start my fall and winter greens growing in here, and they'll do just fine with the amount of warmth that this greenhouse will trap, because I don't need it until next spring. Got some sweet peppers ready to go. I believe these are purple jalapenos that are just starting to come on. Squash are growing real fast down the hill. Let that guy get a little too big.